Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to a brand new day of your life. I'm so happy that you're here with us. I want to welcome the new women who are joining our community. We have so many new people joining us. I think that the word is getting out, and I hope that everyone is feeling, supported here and comfortable and inspired. We've got so much going on, so much great content that our bloggers are writing, and also that we are writing, and I just hope that you find it useful. I want to thank you particularly the people in our Patreon group. These are the women who are able to make a small donation to 60 and Me. It really helps us since we don't charge any membership fee, and we really do have a great time there. It's a smaller group. We get to chat kind of more personally. I record sort of more exclusive private videos there, and it's just like a kind of a VIP club. It's a really nice little group of women, but most of all, we're making friends, and we're sort of off the Facebook grid, so we can have a little bit more of a conversation. But I invite you to do that. But anyway, welcome to everybody. You're also welcome here. I've got my cup of tea this morning. Where is it? It's a stash. Here it is. It's raspberry. It's a fruit tea, and it's really good. A pomegranate and raspberry, which is super good for you. And I've got it in my trusty little cup. This is my go-to. But anyway, I do hope that you're having a cup of tea or coffee or something that you love and makes you feel good. And hopefully we can inspire you with a conversation today about something that I think is of interest to a lot of you. I know for sure I'm interested. Now, I do want to mention, however, that our sponsor for today's show is International Living. Now, International Living is a company that is basically made its life looking around the world for places to retire abroad. Now, it's a unique company because they have people in these countries that they recommend. Actually doing the homework and looking at the situation in the places, the cities, and the countries that they are located, and they put together reports that are very, very useful. And they have one that they want to share with us called "Affordable Getaways Around the World." And this is the whole idea, is that you don't have to kind of retire full time. You can actually go and try places out. So these are the 5 places that they recommend, and they're in places like Ecuador and Colombia. And if you check out the report, go to internationalliving.com/60andme. They'll send you the report free of charge. So thanks to International Living. Now, the topic for today is one that I think a lot of you are interested in, and that's the whole thing about reading and enhancing your memory. We have a great blogger and interviewee, Penelope Whiteley, who is a good friend. She's been over here in Switzerland, and we've talked, and she's one of these very resilient, wonderfully tough women. I like her a lot, and she wrote this article on ways that reading is better than actually any other brain activity. We want to keep our brains active and well. And Penelope talks about 14 different reasons or ways that reading is good for you. Are you a reader? Do you like to read? Anytime that we ask this question of our 60 and Me community, women always say how much they enjoy reading. It's their passion. It's something they do. And I wish I could do more. It's not that I don't have time. I don't make time. I think it's like everything in life. I just do my work, and 60 and Me is pretty all-encompassing right now. So I just I do the best I can with reading. But basically, she lists the obvious one. It reduces stress. It calms you, because you are sitting there and you can't really do anything else except read. And it's important that you just, when you are reading, just make it that prime activity. I remember the last time that I really got into reading was when my computer was broken, and it was in for a couple of days, and I had to actually do something other than computer work. And so reading is a solitary, sometimes, experience, but do it and reduce the stress. It stimulates your brain. It's like an exercise for the brain. Reading, you're reading words. Your mind is following along sequences. You're remembering characters, one scene to the next. Very, very important as a mental brain stimulant. Another thing is improved social skills. I think this is an interesting one that she mentions, because it's also about empathy. You know, when you're reading a book and you're actually getting into the lives and the character of people. Some of the writers today are amazing in their subtlety and in the way they develop character, and it gives you an empathy for people in different places, different times in the world that you don't normally encounter. It also stimulates memory. I mean, you have to remember who's who and where they are fitting into the story and different names and relationships. And, you know, we have this tendency, I mean, it's not necessary, but sometimes your brain gets just a little overwhelmed. And so it's nice to actually have an activity that helps you to improve your memory. And just by reading, it's not even an exercise that you have to work on. It's just the doing of the reading. Better brain connection and function. So there's a muscle in your brain that you have to, left and right brain, and reading does connect those two sides of your brain. So it's a really, really healthy way to spark creativity and your own thoughts and ideas. Now, she also talks about reading being a good way to sleep. Now, ditch the screen is what she's saying. So unless you're reading your book on a Kindle or on a device, electronic device, you actually won't, you may still not get the benefit. But if you read a book, a real paper book, then you will be able to ditch the screen and slip into sleep a little easier. Some books are so hard to put down, she says, you can't sleep, but that is a good way. I actually do listen to a lot of books. I use audio tapes, and for me personally, that is the best way to get to sleep. I don't know what it is about audiobooks. I'm like, I wake up 5 chapters ahead and I have to rewind, but reading can help you with your sleep. She says, of course, it helps you with your vocabulary. You learn all kinds of words that you wouldn't necessarily use. Authors are super good at this. I think they actually sit there with their thesaurus, making making attempts at words that you've never heard of. So you have to look them up. But vocabulary is another really important thing. Another thing is, she said, we become more sort of connected to life experience. We watch people going through their lives and experiencing some things that maybe we never want to, just to push the point, to be able to push an example. It helps us to, sort of enhance our own creativity. And I know one thing Penelope does that I wanted to mention, and she mentions it in the article, is she has a program. It's called Write the Darn Book, or is it Write the Damn Book? I forget. But it's one of those, write the book, just write it. You've been thinking about it for 10 years, 20 years, just write it. And she does this workshop that guides you through the different stages of creating your own book. And it could be fiction, it could be a biography, it could be a nonfiction. But whatever it is, there is motivation provided by Penelope to get it going. And her site is called Aging Disgracefully. And she is aging disgracefully, by the way, in a positive way. But her course is available online, and then you can get going with that book. But if you're a reader, then I hope that you agree that all these things that we've talked about are really, really cool ways to benefits of reading. Not just that you also have something to talk about at a book club or with your friends. It connects you socially that way as well. So I would love to know, how often do you read? And what kinds of books do you like to read? If you could leave your comments in the section below, that would be really great. Then we can do some comparison. And I guess the final question is, what are you reading right now? This always brings hundreds of comments. So I'm really looking forward to this, to know what people are reading right now. And we can compare notes and tell us why you love the book and what's special about it. Just have a conversation. Okay, so I hope that you've enjoyed this conversation. If writing your own book is something you've been thinking about, check out Penelope's site, and also just tell us what books you're reading right now. Okay, I hope you're doing great, everybody. I really do appreciate you being here. Tell a friend about 60andMe, let them know what we're doing here, and check out all of our channels, and subscribe to our YouTube channel here. If you haven't done that already, there's a bell somewhere there that you can ring, and it lets you know when videos are released. But most importantly, for right now, just tell us what books you're reading. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day wherever you are, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye for now.